This is the last session for today, I think. And let us have the full time for coming 1 hour. That will be good. And the topic is very interesting, Society 5.0, SDGs and 6G network. So 3 topics, roughly, let us say, 15 minutes more and discussion for each topic. So it starts with Society 5.0, a super smart society. You might have heard Society 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, now 5.0. So how it is defined? Society 5.0 is a vision introduced by the Japanese government. Why not by India government? Cabinet of Japan as a human-centered society that balances economic advancement with the resolution of social problems through a system that integrates cyberspace and physical space. This is the simple definition of Society 5.0, not very hard definition, but it was developed by Japanese parliament and naturally it has been followed by whole world. So if you look, it is not going. You know, I have forgotten all these things to use.
So probably it is this you pressing it.
Okay. चले गए हम लोग. So about hunting, agriculture, industrial 3.0, 4.0 was information technology, and 5.0 is fusion of cyber and physical space. So it is very good diagram telling about 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, 5.0. Even if you are not familiar, at least you will know all the 5 society. And 5.0 is very interesting society because it talks about the fusion of cyber and physical space. It is Japanese vision of human-centered, super smart society. Not Europe, not America. Generally, America takes the lead. And you know, these days, American president take the lead for everything. Perhaps he didn't observe that Japan is taking the lead. And he talks more about politics. I think he's talking about India also too much. Are you familiar with what is happening with India and US? Familiar. Role of 6G in society 5.0, because the 3 topics we are covering, we have to look what is the role of 6G. So 6G is AI-powered decision making. Backbone of society 5.0, smart environment, cities, home transport, real-time automation, universal connectivity via satellite, terrestrial, underwater. So 6G will play very, very important role as you have seen, that we have the connectivity, what we call as heterogeneous. Here we have used the word universal connectivity. Earlier we talked about heterogeneous. Real-time automation, automotive is very important parameter. A smart environment, we are covering all aspects, whether it is home, whether it is city, whether it is transport, and AI-powered decision making. So you can see that 6G will play a very important role for society 5.0. Mapping 6G, Sustainable Development Goals. What is the goal of SDG? 6G contribution. 2 aspects they are talking, goal and 6G contribution. The goal is to have the clean energy, or what we call sometimes green energy. Green base stations, energy harvesting. So 6G will contribute. Base station we are creating in 6G is different than 3G, 2G, or 4G. And energy harvesting, quality education, remote learning by AR and VR. So quality education is very important. What we are doing in classroom, maybe I can give the lecture sitting in Denmark also. And it will save the money, travel. This will save the time sitting in the flight. And you can have the lecture sitting at home. Whenever there's a break, you can have the time with your wife and children. So that's the plus point. So quality education, good health, remote surgery, connected ambulances. So although it is not started in India, but I am sure within few years we will have in India also. It will not happen in India. Remote surgery, I am sure government must be planning it. I don't know if you have heard anything from the government. What is the policy government for remote surgery or medical facility? Any rule, any new information? No. But I am 100% sure Modi government will bring it because government is very open-minded and they are looking forward to make new issues, advancement in the country. So this is the important point for the medical science. It will happen. Industry innovation, smart factories, predictive maintenance. Of course, all the point which I am talking about, India has not started yet, but it will happen very soon. Climate action, real-time monitoring, carbon reduction, and other issues are there. So these are the goals, and 6G is contributing for every goal of SDG, whether it is energy, whether it is education, whether it is health, whether innovation, whether it is action, everywhere 6G is playing very important role and giving the real input for the approaching the goal. So I think you can see the 6G when it will come forward, it will give the real value to the human life. Only one thing I don't like, always create the challenge. You can very easily say that I will give you this. I will give you salary. I will give you good position. I will give you good family. But for everything there is challenge. Challenge is if government of India does not pay all the parameters because naturally to pay the salary to their staff, to give the house facility, to have the good accommodation, education for the children, money must come to me as a director. If does not come, all the promise which I have made will not exist. Same thing here also, challenge is there. Here challenge is I have to go to Delhi, talk to the Secretary Government of India. Secretary will say, Prasad Sahab, what can you do? Minister is not giving me yes. I have the money, but minister must say yes to transfer the money to the institute. Then if I directly go to the minister, secretary will not be happy. Oh, Ramjee has gone direct to the minister, he didn't talk to me. I will block the money here only. Do you get the real challenge in the real life? So here also we have the challenge, security challenges we have everywhere, computational complexity, economic and infrastructure challenges we have. So life is not simple, whether it is technology development, whether you are heading the institute or heading the group or research laboratory, everywhere we have the challenge. And we have to learn how to solve the challenge. It is not that it is impossible. It is possible to solve the problem. You know, I remember Alexander. You know Alexander. So almost when he was dying, he asked his people, put me in the grave, but put my hands like this outside to tell the world that I am Alexander Great. I did so much thing, but I am going out of the world without anything, not a single cent in my hand. So economic and infrastructure challenge in that category. Whether you are the director, whether you are the minister, whether you are the prime minister, finally will go without a cent to the God. So that keep in your mind and do the good service to the society. Then each topic has been covered here. I think more or less parameter. We are changing the topic, but challenge is similar. The security challenges, more connected devices, wider attack surface. Because if you have many devices to be connected, naturally you may have danger somewhere. Just like if you have a house with single room, if you have a house with 10 rooms, the chance is that a robber can enter from that room. If you have single room, you are more safe. So challenge is there. Threats, AI, then of course misuse, then satellite jamming, and of course you have hacking. Then countermeasure, zero trust architecture, blockchain-based device attenuation, and then post-quantum cryptography. So not only quantum cryptography, but go for post-quantum cryptography. And these are the way we can try to solve the security challenges. Each topic is covered here. Computational complexity. 6G must handle massive data volumes. It is a must. It is not that it does not say 6G should handle. It must handle real-time analytics across distributed edge cloud layers, dynamic aspects for quantum functions. What we need for edge computing, federated learning, AI optimized resource management. The last point is very critical, AI optimized resource management. I think all of you know about resource management. Anybody can say about resource management? You can talk about resource management?
Like whenever we organize something, so we have always limited resources. Whatever we do, let's suppose we are organizing the event, so we have limited everything. So how to manage those things is called what is called resource management, so that we can use them optimally to achieve our desired task.
Simple relationship, simple fundamental definition of resource management. In few words, he has explained very well. Although resource management word is enough to explain. Then it says AI optimized. So optimization of the management has to be done AI based. Edge computing, I think all of you are familiar with edge computing. We have discussed that. These are the three needs for the computational complexity. Third point, we had a fourth point, I think. Third point is economic and infrastructural challenges. CapEx and OpEx. I think everybody knows about CapEx and OpEx. Anybody who does not know about CapEx? 3 hands? 4 hands? Oh, there are many. Can you explain CapEx and OpEx?
CapEx generally refer to capital expenditure. When we set up something, that expenditure will come under CapEx, and whatever the money required to like make it working, that is actually OpEx, operational expenditure. So suppose you install one base station and you want to like keep running or keep operation of that base station for 5 years. So initial cost will be a capex, and whatever money you require to run it for 5 years will be.
Everybody has understood him? Any question to him? No question. So now you know what is CapEx and OpEx. Thank you. Spectrum cost, security of clean interface, free bands, deployment of imbalance, real areas may be lag due to cost barriers. That's another point. Money comes everywhere. Solutions, public-private partnership, PPP. And you will hear about PPP at many places. Shared infrastructure models, Open RAN, I think already we have discussed about Open RAN, reduce vendor lock-in. So these are the three solutions to solve the problem of economic and infrastructure challenges. 6G and green business model innovation. I think some of you might have attended the class of Peter Lindgren, and he must have talked about green business model in his class. What is a green business model? Did he teach about green business model or not teach in the class?
I was not the part of that.
Pardon?
I was not the part of that.
Anyone who attended Professor Peter Lindgren lecture? Nobody. Okay. I will ask him to come again here. His expertise in business modeling. But he was here, I think, last month. And he has to listen to me. I'm the president and he's the vice president. So in principle, vice president has to listen to president. Do you think so? He may say no to me. Then I will, every morning I say to my secretary, type a letter firing Peter Lindgren. And every morning he listens and he knows, Ramjee knows the joke. Otherwise, many people may get nervous. If president is telling to fire he has to go back home without any salary. Minimize environment impact, promote sustainability, leverage technology to support circular economy principles. I tell you, I am taking such type of class now after 10 years. But I'm in the pure administration for last 10 years, no teaching. Just asking the teachers to teach in the class. And then the students come and complain, and I say, teacher, why did you do this mistake? And some professors say, Professor Prasad, did you not do any mistake when you were teaching? I said, I don't remember if I did any mistake. And ask my bosses if he is still alive. But, you know, every professor does some mistake. It is not that I must have done some mistake, I don't remember. But when you sit on the chair, you catch the people. Oh, students complain. There should be a solution. And sometimes students complain X, Y, Z. Then I ask him, okay, you told about Professor X about these are the mistakes he did. What about positive thing? No, sir, he has not anything positive. I said, look, any human being, if he is negative, he must have positive. Come tomorrow and tell me his positive points. Then the student never comes back to me. I said, how you can say only negative? There must be positive point. Think over it and come back. And I know that he will never come back to me. And then, of course, I call the professor. I don't say the name of the student. I said, try to be simple and don't be tough with the students. Because you are also a professor. You can do a lot of harm to the students sometime. And then a student will complain to the director, your institute director or head department. So this is about these aspects. A strategy of Green Six technology. If I look at my slides, different topics we have taken, and we have discussed about the strategies. These 4 points are always there. Why not to combine all the slides together, have only one slide for the whole lecture? Energy efficiency, sustainable infrastructure, resource sharing, circular economy in telecom. In case of energy efficiency, it talks about use of RIS. We have discussed AI scheduling and low power antennas. What do you mean by low power antenna? Does antenna create any power?
Antenna which operates at lower power.
You are very intelligent. I gave a challenge. What is the meaning of low power and high power antenna? But you are right. You know, in my locality in Denmark, antenna was to be launched. And people came to me that Professor Prasad, you are expert of telecommunication. You can talk to the minister. They cannot launch the antenna like this. I said, yes, I can talk to him. But if there is no antenna, how you can get the signal? And how can you use your cellular phone then in that case? It was 4G time or 3G time, I think. So if I talk to the minister, I convince you no antenna, but I tell you then you cannot use your mobile phone. Oh, then, but antenna is near my house. I said, what will it harm? People say it harm, creates health problem. I said, where did you read? It came into the newspaper. Did the newspaper give you any proof? But you are professor of wireless communication, you should tell us. I told, look, if you keep the mobile phone in the pocket near the heart, nothing happens to you. What will harm antenna then in that case? And he was really keeping. I said, this heart is very important. Why do you keep the mobile phone here then? So people get afraid of many things. So energy efficiency, then sustainable infrastructure, as I told you, solar powered base station that you will find many places. Maybe in India also, I have seen some places solar powered base station now. Then heat reducing aspect, resource sharing, multi aspect is around sharing. Then edge cloud we have discussed, circular economy in telecom, recycling old devices and base station hardware. That's very important. Don't throw away things from the house like that. Try to reuse it. And of course, last point is also important. So these are the strategies for green 6G network. and really will create the green aspects. Some of you are sleeping now. My lecture is so boring that you are sleeping. Nobody is sleeping. Nobody is sleeping. At least you are focusing on the slide. Even if you don't want to listen to me, read it. Measuring the impact of green 6G technology. And there are two aspects there, real time and metrics to track. Carbon footprint reduction. That's the important parameter people are talking everywhere nowadays. Energy consumed per bit transmitted. Life cycle emission of telecom equipment. Percentage of renewable energy in use. I think I've tried all the key points. Real-time tools. A dashboards for energy diagnostics. IoT sensor in data center. And last but not least, green IP compliance monitoring for operators. This topic is very important for having the impact. What are the impact where we can try to solve problem? This is more important than the challenge, because when you are developing anything, even if it is challenge, you try to sort it out. But how to measure the impact? That's the very key issue for technology. Takeaways. It looks we are coming to the end of the lecture. Whenever you are taking away anything, go and sleep. So if you look at the last part, society plus technology plus sustainability plus inclusivity is society 5.0. This is the topic we are covering in the last lecture of today. We discussed about society 5.0, but this particular equation makes clear what is society 5.0. So it talks society, technology, sustainability, and inclusivity together because society 5.0. So takeaway is, this is the most important takeaway I will call, but takeaway is 6G is not just a technological upgrade. It is a foundation for sustainable, inclusive, and intelligent society. How useful it will be? Society will be very intelligent, very useful using 6G. So let us cross our fingers. 6G is come very soon. 2030 is the target, and hope India will have 6G by 2030. Society 5.0 is a vision that places people at the center of innovation, using advanced technologies like 6G not just for speed or capacity, but for solving deep-rooted societal issues and building a sustainable, inclusive future. So this is a very important point. It is not just for speed, because any G comes, people talk about the speed, like 1G, 2G, 3G. You ask the people, even an engineer to you or me, you will always say, now it was 3 gigabit per second, now 10 gigabit per second, now terabit per second. But now it is making clear 6G is not speed only, but for solving deep-rooted societal issues and building a sustainable, inclusive future. This never happened, such parameter in any generation of technology what we developed from 1G to 5G. Tackling security, computational, and economic challenges is essential to realize this vision. Green innovation must be embedded in both infrastructure and policy to meet global sustainable goals. So green aspects is very important, and we must see that it is included in the innovation what we are doing. Summary of key takeaways for day one. So not only my first lecture, all the 4 lecture summary is there. I don't know why I'm putting always 4 points. Can you think why always I put 4 points? Do you have any answer for that? No. What did you say?
You are teaching in Silchar.
Hmm.
Silchar.
So understanding the evolution from 1G to 6G. Is it correct statement? Did you understand from the first day of lecture? 1G to 6G, you know 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, 6G. If you go out of the lecture room, if somebody asks you what is 5G, can you explain? What is the difference between 4G and 5G? What 6G will give you? Are you sure that you have got all the points very clear? So, understanding the evolution from 1G to 6G. Introduction to 6G requirements, challenges and opportunity. Challenges I have talked more than opportunity and requirements. Discussion on multi-network convergence and open RAN, green business model and sustainability in 6G. I think takeaway is more than four. Very easily we can add few more points. Any takeaway you want to add? Can you add one takeaway? I think let us make seven takeaway. Seven is a lucky number. So 1, 2, 3, and then no, no, this gentleman definitely will give it. First one to you, then I will request him to add one.
We can take away the learning of heterogeneous network where different type of networks are connected, integrated to get a proper connectivity in safety, both satellite communication, terrestrial communication, and all. That's a key takeaway.
How did it come to your mind so fast? Why didn't come to mind to add one more myself? Shall I answer my question myself? Because you are much younger than me. Maybe you are 25 or 30. So I think I'm almost 87 to 9. So much younger than me. So naturally your brain must be sharper than me. Thank you. Sir, can I request you?
So, talk about the security aspects, CG.
Yeah, that should be added. Yeah, thank you. 1, 2, I think we should add at least 5 points.
Sir, we have learned about Society 5.0, how 6G can contribute to Society 5.0, which includes connectivity, uh, sustainability, inclusivity, technology. So by combine, we will have this society. For
So
me, it
5 points, yeah.
was like for the first time, I was able to understand like what exactly this Society 5.0 is.
It's clear. Thank you. So 5, 6, 7. You want to add anything? Sufficient.
Sufficient number.
7 is a good number.
Good.
Any one of you want to add some more points? Now we have 1, 2, 3 additional points. So 4 plus 3, 7. Can you note down everything so that when I summarize it on the last day, I can say 7 points? Any more point from any one of you? But people are talking only up to this row. From this row, where all the young people and talented people are sitting, all of you are much younger than my colleagues here. And as I told that, if you are younger, your brain will be sharper than him. His brain is sharper than my brain. So something should come forward from you people also. Any point you want to add? Any one of you? Add something. One should come from boys, one should come from the girl.
Integration of artificial intelligence or machine learning in network advancement.
I think this is correct. We didn't discuss about that. Thank you. 1 point from the girl. Anyone? I think how many girls are sitting here? 1, 2, 3. I think few have gone away. I think girls' brain is smarter than boys' brain.
No doubt.
This is my statement. And I think something should come from girl side also. It is not good. Senior people, there are no girls in the senior people, but young people, there are girls also. So please come forward with 1 point. If one cannot talk, join together and come with a point. Sit all together and come a point. A point must come from the girl side. As a professor, I am not successful professor if I don't motivate girls to say something. Anyone, either join yourself, discuss together, come with a point. Otherwise, I will say class is not over. Why don't you sit down together and talk? And you are the leader now. She is the leader. And 1, 2, 3, 4, sit down together, discuss and come with a point. What I should add? Because 4, 5, 6, 7 points. Number 8 is lucky number. Are you going to motivate them? Yeah, at least he's moving. Yeah. Talk together, come to a point. Very good. Yeah, please say loudly something, otherwise, why don't you give her a speaker? He's giving you so that everybody listens, otherwise, only you and I are talking.
Quantum security, communication,
Yeah, nobody
and
said
sir
about that.
also
Yeah.
some hybrid communication, integrated communication systems.
Did you get her point? Note down this point also. So 4 plus 1, 5, 6, and 7, 7 points total. Yeah. Hmm. So please note down. Have you understood her? Sure? Okay. Very good. Thank you very much for today. We meet tomorrow. What time? What time we are meeting tomorrow?
11 a.m. sir.
Here only.
Yes.
We'll meet tomorrow 11 o'clock. And again, we will have the lecture in the morning and in the afternoon. Can you announce the time?
So tomorrow 11 a.m.
11 we start.
Yes.
11 to 1.
Yes.
Then lunch break. And then 3 o'clock again.
11 to 1:30.
11 to
Or
1:30.
just confirm, sir.
Please confirm it.
11 to 12 we have one lecture,
Hmm.
then 12 to 1 we have second,
Hmm.
and then we have lunch break till 3,
Hmm.
then from 3 to 4 another lecture, and 4 to 5.
Can you announce it?
Yes, sir. So tomorrow we have total 4 lectures. So it will start from 11 a.m. So 11 to 1 we'll have 2 lectures, and then we'll have lunch break till 3, and then from 3 to 5 we have another 2 lectures.
Very good. Thank you. I think he deserves to be a professor. So see you tomorrow at 11. And topic will be more interesting what we talked today. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.